the whole year I was in Austin, it was extremely uncomfortable. It was weird. It was really weird, and I wasn't able to operate. There wasn't a single project I made in Austin that I was like technically proud of. Jealousy, so a lot of the time, because it's like someone's paying you money to make something, and it's not your project. Dude, I'm definitely gonna scare brands with this. I probably won't ever like get another.
Yeah, let me know if you want me to cut this out. Let me know if you want me to cut it out.
Basically told me, she's like, you probably won't ever get brand deals because you don't talk in your videos. And she was like, she said that was the sole reason I probably won't get anything. I still look back on a lot of my stuff and I'm like, I don't know if I can make that now. To be honest, I don't watch a lot of movies. Everybody hates me. Everybody hates me for this.
I was gonna ask like who your favorite film directors are and stuff, but you're like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Because we failed a lot on that set. We really did. I failed a lot. Way too much. This is what it takes to come up with great stories. This is what it takes to come up with great ideas. So it's like, I think I need to do more stupid things.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Cut. Today, we got Shy Guy. And it's been 2 years since I first seen his work, and I've been a fan ever since. So it's definitely an honor to actually get him on here to talk about the work he's done in the last couple of years, the work he's doing now, and his plans for the future. So if you guys do enjoy this, please like and subscribe. I want to kick off the new year with a big episode. So this is it. Happy New Year's, and enjoy the episode. Dude, I have like so many videos I want to ask you about. I don't even know if we're going to cover them all, but whatever.
Let it rip. Let it rip.
Okay, we'll start off with just like, yo, what's your favorite video that you've done so far? Maybe we'll start there.
Hold up.
Yeah, this one.
Dude, that is
yeah.
Let me pull up the vault real quick.
Yeah.
Let me see what anything I could pull up. The one in the snow.
Okay.
Wow, that was almost 2 years ago.
Let me just bring it up, dude. Some of the snow. Oh, dude, tell me about the snow shoot before we jump into it.
Yeah.
Did you get everything you wanted?
Dude, I got some crazy stuff. Let me see if I can pull up a screenshot. There's like a little still.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
It's pretty sweet.
Dude, yeah. What? Is that's just a screenshot? Like you cut? No, my.
Yeah. The title is called The Comfort Pill. This is
The Comfort Pill. Dude, okay.
I got it on me at all times. But I guess I could go deep, like kind of into how I see the story myself, because I don't really like talk about it a lot, so this could be like a chance. It's built around the idea of comfort, especially, I think, because I lived in Austin, Texas for a year, and that whole year I was surrounded by very enthusiastic, hardworking, entrepreneur-esque people, and the big motto that they stuck with, and I think just something I see like with all the people, where it's like, if you want to grow, you need to seek discomfort. You need to, not have any sense of comfort in your life in order to achieve success. And I kind of agree in a sense, where it's like, yeah, of course, we need discomfort in order to grow and to develop. But at the same time, I also think we need comfort in a sense to survive and to come up with great ideas and to understand ourselves. So it's the video sort of like about, that sort of dilemma, at least I face, where it's like, should I be comfortable right now? Should I embrace the comfort, or should I go out and see what I can do without comfort? And it's kind of all placed in this pill.
Interesting.
But it's weird. It's a weird video, and I involved like different actors and stuff. So
dang. Okay. No, it sounds amazing. I feel like no one really touches up on. Everyone's always like, you have to get uncomfortable to, be comfortable or be successful.
Yeah.
That's a crazy take on it.
Yeah, like I lived in Austin this past year, and I just moved back to the Midwest.
Oh, so you were just there this past year? Like,
yeah.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Like I just moved back, and I guess you could say it's like a sense of comfort for being in my hometown, which it is in a sense. Like I'm surrounded by old friends, familiar places. It's comfortable in a sense. But the whole year I was in Austin, it was extremely uncomfortable. Extremely uncomfortable. I felt very lost, very confused on where I wanted to end up. New people in my life. It was weird. It was really weird, and I wasn't able to operate. There wasn't a single project I made in Austin that I was like technically proud of. And
For
as soon as
real,
like as
what?
soon as I come back to the Midwest, I'm just
Everything starts flowing.
yeah, I'm just
The
ripping.
energy.
Like yeah,
What?
yeah. It's like this weird dilemma for me.
You think it's just because of like you think that's your personality. Like you've always kind of been whole Midwest, maybe more introverted and like I because there's a lot of creators, even like a lot of the creator camp guys, you know, they come from backgrounds where it's very expressive and they're meeting new people and doing this and doing this. And that's great for some people, but sometimes for other people, it's like creating by yourself or with like your two friends all the time, which is one of my favorite videos of yours when you, and we'll get into it. It reminded me of when I used to go out at night, 3 a.m. in the morning and shooting with my camera and my friend, you just go, yo, you guys up? You guys down? And I miss those. And I just saw those guys this past weekend. And then I watched your video that reminded me of it. And I sent it to them. I'm like, guys, this is the same feeling that I used like we used to have when we used to go out.
Yeah.
And we all miss it. Now they're older. One's gonna have a kid. So it's different. But it's crazy. It's like I totally get where you're coming from though, because as much as I want to create and do stuff with other people, sometimes it's like you just need to be in a familiar environment or have that energy that you're so used to. I don't know. It's hard to explain that.
Yeah, I can't seem to relate with a lot of people on this idea. And I was recently at an event, at a creator event in California with the creator camp guys, and you know, I talked to everybody. I talk like it seems like 90% of the people there either live in New York or LA, and they seem to be able to adapt very well. But I was like, I told him, I was like, in this moment of my life, I feel like I need to be here for some reason. I feel like creatively and like my whole identity behind my work right now, at least, kind of resides in the Midwest and the whole feeling of this place. And not many people were able to understand that. Like people were really, really like confused on that idea. But like to me, I just know that's true.
Does that make you feel like an outcast when you go to these things a little bit
Yeah, for
or
sure.
a lot or a lot? You're like, fuck. Do
Yeah.
you dread? Because after a while, it's like, do you dread going? Because you probably get invited to so much stuff. I can only imagine. They're like, yeah, hey. You know, or you think they're like, yeah, this guy hates coming out to these things. That's not vital.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Like it's obviously great to get out, but it's like, you know, I've spent my time in LA. I'll be there soon, helping a friend on a project,
Yeah.
and I hate it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
nothing
gonna
wrong
clip
with it.
this. I'm gonna clip this. And
Yeah,
no one's gonna but you
please.
know.
But it's like I, you know, there's nothing wrong with the city. There's nothing wrong with the people. It's just I could never see myself there ever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like if I ever saw you, because I didn't even think you were in Austin. I thought you were just in the Midwest this whole time. Because I don't know. It's just I'm
Yeah,
following, and
because
so
I
it's
didn't
weird.
make many projects out there.
That's crazy. And I almost feel like you think people, if they see you out in a different, like even in a city, do you feel like a sellout? You're like, man, this kind of it'd be weird to see
It feels
Shy
weird,
Guy out
yeah.
here, right? I don't
Yeah, I
know.
love, well, it's actually great because a lot of my work allows me to stay, like, relatively anonymous. So I've only been recognized a handful of times.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was one of my questions. I was like, you ever shoot at night and on the road and someone's just whipping through and they're like, yo, are you Shy Guy? Like, dude, has that ever happened?
No, I usually, like, late at night whenever I go out and film, the only people that's stopping are cops, and they're like, "What the hell are you doing out here?"
And then do you have to like show them? Are you like,
Yeah,
yo, this is kind of what I
it's
do?
really hard to explain to a police officer, yeah,
Like,
it's
why you're
3 a.m., but, like, I'm making something really cool.
yeah.
And they're usually like, all right, whatever. Just don't do anything stupid.
Yeah,
So
and you're like, no, I'm just lying on the road for a little bit. I'm jumping like 100 times in
yeah,
this one spot.
yeah,
That's well,
it gets really silly.
but that's your zone. I feel like that's I would just I love to just be there while you're shooting all this stuff because I feel like that's like the when you're in the zone, like you're talking about flow state. You know, when you just get into it. Or
Yeah.
let's talk about music actually, because music is a big thing I want to talk to you about. What do you enjoy more? Do you enjoy making things after you're listening to a track and you're like, this is you could picture the visuals? Or now that you're working with people who are doing scores for your films, and I saw the one with Nolan recently, and you guys were like in a church in like
Yeah,
Yosemite or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Um, that's exciting to see when someone plays a score to your film and you're like, what the fuck? This is wild. That's a whole different feeling. Do you like one over the other? Is it different? Are you evolving as a creator in that sense?
Um, it used to be, I mean, before I was working with scoring and before the videos were scored themselves, it every single time before any visuals, it was the song first. And honestly, that's still kind of how it is, but it's always the song comes first. Um, and even now, even the stuff that is being scored now, there's always a reference to what I want it to sound like, and at least what I want it to feel like. When I'm making a video or coming up with an idea, it's always influenced by a song, or I'm listening to something. Yeah, there's always just an audio influence in every way with what I do. Like I don't think I could write anything without having music in my ears, which is it's quite a handicap.
Yeah, I guess it is, but I feel like that's such a bit like that's such an important part of life, I think. Not just like creation, like, you know, people, music, it's like the one thing like obviously there's different things that bring people together, but music is a whole other thing. Dating back thousands and thousands of years. You know, chants and just things like that. There's something about it, right? So I know it's a handicap, but if you're creating your best work from that starting point, I think that's an advantage, and you know it. Because there's some people that aren't good at that. You know, some people make videos and, you know, yeah, you'll just grab a song or you just kind of start editing to it, but it's different.
Well, I've run into the issue because I've been offered to do a lot of music videos, especially in the past. Not as much anymore because the reason where it's like I'm not going to take a job for a music video if I don't
Yeah, I like the
feel
song.
anything at all off of a song. And so I've really only done like a handful in my career so far. But it's like since then I feel like I haven't gotten a song where I'm like, "Oh, let's do this," you know? Where it's like I'm not gonna sacrifice, I'm not gonna sacrifice that chance to make something that I don't care for.
I feel like at this stage in your like career, um, and I feel like maybe you think you've started like that? Like you've always just created and made stuff that you actually enjoyed?
That's the goal. Which it which now that I'm getting older and now that like, I have to make money and survive, uh, that kind of mindset constantly introduces this sort of dilemma where it's like it's like the starving artist thing where it's like how do I survive off this and how do I also maintain my integrity and create truly meaningful things without selling out? What brands and opportunities are going to come in and say, "Hey, it's all yours. Do whatever you want." Like no one. Like really no one.
Yeah.
The last opportunity I got was with Notion and they did that, which was why I took the job, which I never would have done.
Yeah, I saw it. I was surprised. I think it's just because I was watching your videos. You talked about with Simon, like, yeah, you know, feeling like a sellout, but you also feel like you don't want to feel like a sellout, but you like, do I live as a broke artist forever? And then I saw the Notion video, and I was like, oh, I didn't even notice it was a Notion video until the end. And I'm reading the comments, everyone's like that, and I was like, now I know. It's like if you take jobs, like you can do it in a way, especially when the brand believes in you that much
Yeah.
to do it your way.
But it's like it's really hard to get I don't know, it's really weird, especially, like, back to the events thing, back to going to these creator events. You know, what a lot of these people talk about are brand deals. That's, like, one of the biggest conversations that float around in these events, and it is tiring. It's I honestly I face a lot of jealousy a lot of the time because it's like they're throwing around these massive numbers on how much these brands are paying them, and I'm like, "Shit, what am I doing?" But then I think it's an investment right now. Like, what I'm telling myself is, like, turning down these sort of opportunities, it's an investment because it's if I were to take all these opportunities and just flood my page with brands, I'd be a walking billboard. And then later on, it's like people, you can see right through it. You honestly can. I truly believe it. It's someone's paying you money to make something, and it's not your project.
Yeah.
And I think that integrity will last, especially through, how the internet is turning out. Dude, I'm definitely gonna scare brands with this. I probably won't ever like in another.
Yo,
It's
let me
probably
know
a
if you
bad
want me to cut
idea.
this out. Let me know if you want me to cut it out.
No, I don't care.
I'll AI you into saying that you love brand deals, bro. I think what's changing though is that brands need to hear this, especially from creators as big and as authentic as yourself. Because you have creators that are big but aren't authentic. You have creators that are authentic but aren't big. I think you're you're at that point. You're getting there. So I think more brands, I hope that they look at your Notion video and start to see like these guys know their audience way better than we do. Way better.
Yeah.
And we need to let them have full creative control and do what they want. I think that's going to start changing, especially with people coming up. Well, like what I'm seeing.
Yeah. I want to put it like I'm not against the ideas of working with and making money. Of course not.
Nobody's not. Everyone has to
But
survive.
yeah, of course not. But I think the brands should really. I think there are some beautiful, beautiful commercials and brand deals out there. There are some amazing ones. I don't know if you saw that one. I don't remember who made it, but the Depop one, where his shirt, he has like this red yarn shirt, and it keeps unraveling.
Oh, and it just and
Yeah.
he's following it.
Like that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Right?
And then they meet up, and then that one.
But
Was
then
great.
like something like that, I think that's also a good sign. I think that's a good sign that because that thing got traction, everybody saw that, and it was great. I think it's just a great sign, and I think that more things like that are gonna pave the way for more meaningful sort of commercials, I guess. More valuable, because that was valuable. It was beautiful. It was great.
Yeah.
Told a great story. It was in line with the brand. It was.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. It's like, whoever made that, I wish I kind of knew. It's like, as creators, like they were probably so in sync with the brand themselves and knew everything. Sitting down, talking to them. What are your goals, your missions? Like, what are we trying to get out of it? And does it align with what my art is as a director or as a wardrobe stylist, location scout? Like, does everything kind of align? So I think for you, it's like, just finding those companies that are super aligned with what you're doing, it's really tough. But I feel like you also have to go out to these like events, and then you have to like network and meet people. Or like, do you have a manager, or like for you, are you still soloing?
Dude, I mean,
it right now?
I get opportunities. I'm represented, but I turn down a lot.
I feel like, how much is a lot? Like, what's a lot of turnouts? put it into perspective for us.
I mean, when's the last time you saw a brand deal on my page besides Notion?
Yeah. But they're offering it to you. Like, I'm assuming every day or every week you're getting flooded with, let's do this, let's work together, or we love your stuff.
Because I don't really get bombarded with brands because I actually have this story. This was probably like a few years ago when I was like first trying to find management, thinking like this would be the new wave. And I talked to this manager through an affiliation, just like sussing it out, and she basically told me, she's like, you probably won't ever get brand deals because you don't talk in your videos. And she was like, she said that was the sole reason I probably won't get anything. And I was like, what?
Yeah, like you
That is
crazy.
stupid. I don't know. Maybe she was right because that is like a big sort of deal breaker for a lot. It's like you have to talk and you have to, follow the script.
Why is that, you think? Because like I get you could probably get your message across a little bit better, but
Because I think it's a personality, Someone hears their voice, you hear this popular person's voice, you see them talking, that's their personality. I trust them right away. Bang, here's the company, here's the brand. But in my opinion, I have that personality. It doesn't exist through my vocals and the way I
yeah.
talk. It exists in what's being shown on the screen and the way I'm trying to tell these stories. That's my voice, at least.
You started talking in your videos after a while.
Yeah. I'm
Was that a conscious decision? Was that because people like you're like, okay, I want to be uncomfortable, I should probably say, or just naturally you want to do more script acting?
Yeah, I'm just trying to expand. I'm really I'm just trying to grow. Not every video is just going to be a silent narrative. It's going to have to evolve and words are going to be said. There's going to have to be dialogue. And it's something I'm like trying to take slow. It's the whole goal right now and something that I've like really been trying to preach is just the idea of world building. And it's like as I introduce new things within these videos, it's like how does this fit in this sort of world I'm creating? And I think that like comes one at a time. So it's really just like this sort of trial and error. Where it's like, does talking work better in my videos? Does it work in this one? Maybe I'll just do subtitles on this one. It's like I'm slowly creating this rule set of what my world is, you know. And that's just discovery. That's trial and error.
That's interesting. The idea of world building, I think, is like I know we're just talking about brands and stuff, but I think that's like the best for personal brand building.
Yeah, I think it is. I don't know. I think it's so important right now. So important.
Mhm.
You have to be able to make something that no one will be able to copy.
Huh.
You
That's
have
yeah. Okay.
you have
Sorry.
to create a world that no one's going to be able to copy. I just think style is so important. I don't know if you're familiar with the author David Foster Wallace.
Nah.
Um, check him out. Crazy. Just his writing. He can write 20 pages about the way, just so much specificity. And it's after reading him and after finding him, I realized how style is so important and so intriguing. It like just entices you so much. He makes a lot of short stories and he has this one about going to a fair in the Midwest in like 1980 something or like late 90s. And he just explains his experience at this Midwest fair. And it's like 50 pages long. And he's just talking about like pigs and carnival rides. But it goes into so much detail about the most minute things that you wouldn't even care to pay attention to. But he digs so deep on them and builds his own world around these small little details.
Would it be like something like if you're at the fair, he's talking about maybe the way that the crunching of something, environmental descriptions
It's
about
like
it?
he talks about the way the paths form throughout the fair, like through the
Mm.
huts and the stalls of
So it's like it gives you such a good visual, like clear
yeah.
visual of exactly what you're like.
Yeah,
I
but
know exactly what he's
he's
talking
the only
about.
one doing that. He's the only one doing it that way. No one can write like that besides him. He will have he in his book Infinite Jest. It's like it's over 1,000 pages long. It's bigger than the Bible.
Did you read it all?
I am like 400 pages in. It's tough.
Dang.
But
Okay.
there's whole chapters where it's one paragraph. There's whole pages
Mm.
where it's one sentence.
That's interesting.
It's
That's
wild.
already makes you, when you turn the page, I could already be like, this is great. Like, what am I?
And it's
This is,
intriguing.
I gotta
And
pay
it's
attention to
intriguing
every
because
single.
yeah, you can't like it's
Yeah.
hard to find that elsewhere. You know, it's like it's the idea of it's hard to find it elsewhere. So I'm gonna find it here.
That's a perfect example of like, I feel like what you're trying to do with your work. Which is, which I want to actually, is perfect because I want to ask you about it. How do you feel about people copying your style? Because there's a point, dude, I'm telling you right now, like 2 years
Yeah.
ago, where I was just like, guy, everyone's doing it, everyone's trying it, and it's great. And I even remember, I think I covered another creator who had very obviously, you're an inspiration. I think you commented on one of the videos where like, oh, it looks familiar, and I was like, how do yeah, how does that feel to like kind of like there's a whole new movement of it? Are people just loving your work and wanting to copy?
I think in the beginning I was like a little frustrated.
Yeah.
No,
I be honest. Yeah, I can see
yeah,
that.
I think in the beginning I was a little frustrated because a lot of people were copying my stuff like bar for bar, same song, same everything. I was a little frustrated at first because you know my stuff took a lot of time to make, you know, a 20-second video, and it took a lot to come up with it, and I don't know. And then now I realize it's just cool. It's just great to inspire people, to force people to get out and make something and do something creative. So
Yeah.
I don't care. I almost like endorse it now. And anytime like I catch
Growth.
someone like, yeah. And then like a bunch of people tag me on stuff that they, you know, referenced or like tried to create with me as reference. And I'll comment. I'll be like, this is sick, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I could see that though. You spend so much time and effort into it. But then after a while, you know, you start to realize like they could copy your style, but they can't copy the world building. They can't copy like everything that you're building outside of that. Like your long form videos on YouTube or your longer short films, a culmination of everything that you've done in the past. And it's like I don't think they can't copy the work, the body of work. I could copy a video, the lighting, cool, all that cool kind of stuff. But there's just so much more to it. And I think I started seeing that when I started watching your YouTube videos. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the goal with you. I think transitioning to YouTube has been great. It's kind of like it was almost like a hard reset because it's really hard to get people from
short form to long form.
From short form to long. It's
Yeah.
really tough. Even
Hell
if
yeah.
you know, even if like a video gets a few million views on Instagram, it's not gonna transfer over to YouTube. Like 10 people will go and check out the YouTube video.
Yeah. No, trust me, that's exactly how I feel, and I totally
It's
get
whack. It's whack,
Yeah.
but I understand it. Like think about how many times you've seen a super cool, you know, short, and then it was like, let me go to the bio, let me click on this, let me wait for it to redirect.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to go from short form to like long form podcast for an hour. That's even worse. So you know what I mean. But to tell you the truth, it's like I really don't give a fuck because I like having the conversations with people. So I'm doing it kind of selfishly. Like I want to talk to Zach for a while. You know what I mean?
That's how I feel too. Where it's like, you know, these YouTube videos might get a fraction of the views of, you know, this 20-second trailer I made, but the people that go and watch it are people that care, people that enjoy, people that will leave very meaningful comments and I guess very nice criticism on the video. And that is very valuable to me. I think my YouTube audience, people that you know, tap into my YouTube stuff every time I post, it's awesome.
I know exactly what you're talking about because I'm reading the comments from your YouTube comments, and then I'm going and I'm watching the video, like the trailers you put on Instagram, and it's like fire emoji on Instagram, fire emoji, dope edit. Yo, how do you do like great color, whatever. Meanwhile, some of your videos on YouTube, one of them was like, it's crazy how you can make a what did they say? Like a comfortable world feels super uncomfortable, or like, and like talking about feelings. I don't know. It's really different. Your audience on YouTube is so locked in to the message behind the video as opposed to the color, the you know, all that kind of stuff.
There's whole discussions in the comments, like trying to figure it out. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Shows
I
that
love
people
that.
care. It just shows that I'm doing the right thing. It shows that I'm making people think. Because I'm making myself think in the process as well. And that's, it just means that I'm probably making something sort of important right now.
For sure, bro. One, first of all, if it's important to you, it's already important. All you need to make it for is like important to yourself. Then you're like, okay, it's important. And then for everyone else who latches onto it, it's like it's great. They can connect to the feeling, and it's cool to see your audience on YouTube really tap into it. Um, but I feel like, do you feel like you play the game pretty well though? Because all your long form stuff is great, and then you cut these like it still has that old school Shy Guy feel to it. The editing is the match cutting. It's everything is so crisp. You think you're just like, okay, I know what this audience likes. This is what I'm gonna cut, and hopefully they come over.
Yeah, like I know it works on Instagram. I think I'm like with the screenshot I showed you with that tree, I want to do something else with it. I had a thought of maybe adding some sense of poetry in there. Seeing if I could sort of make a story out of it rather than just, like a quick edit where people see it and like it and they're like, "Oh, that was cool." And then on to the next. I would really like to try and force my short stuff to enable a bit more thought in people. That's kind of the goal right now, which it's so tough. It's so tough because it's sort of a risk, because you can only get so many people to want to think hard when they're scrolling on a short form site. But if you can, then that is awesome because that's allowing people to take a break from the brain rot.
That's a tough task, man. It really it's yeah. But if you could do it, but it's like the platforms are designed to almost feel like it's not, you know. I go on for short form stuff. I guess it's different. Sometimes I will watch longer form stuff, but a lot of the longer form stuff is like I'm on YouTube. I don't know if it's just I'm designed to do that.
You have to play the game. You really have to play the game, honestly.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I've learned to. I think that's why I like YouTube because you have to play less of a game on there. You really like people will surrender to your stuff if it's on YouTube. That's what I've learned. Like they'll turn on the video, they'll stick through it, even if it's kind of bad. Like if you're on YouTube and you're clicking on a 6-minute video, you're hopefully gonna sit through majority of it. Whereas on the short form stuff, you have no incentive to stay longer than 2 seconds. It is so easy to go on to the next. So
Yeah.
it's like you have to play the game on the short form stuff where it's like, how am I going to draw people in? How am I going to make this thought invoking very quick?
Interesting.
There's no incentive to stay on the short form, so you have to make one.
Yeah, that's a tough task, man. But I'm sure like if that's what your focus is to try to get people to stay a little bit longer, you could do it, you know?
It's just, I mean, it's not even like it's. I don't know. That's not the focus. Is to make people. It's just like hopefully to subconsciously make people want to stay. To make something good enough to where that just happens on its own. That's the goal. And you really don't have much of a gauge of that. You can just hope that what you're making is great.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. And it won't happen every time. It will not happen every time.
Cuz I wanted to ask about your filming process, or your filmmaking process. Are you I know you said music sometimes sparks it, but now that you're thinking about more thought-provoking stuff, what is the process? Do you have an idea of feeling that you start with? Do you have a notes app where you're just writing a ton of different things? Um, because you want people to stop. You want people to think.
I
So
wish I had an answer. The truth is, it's so sporadic. It is so sporadic for everything. Like, I mean, this recent YouTube video, was a lot of planning. It was,
bro, where do you get all that plastic from, dog? That's fucking wild. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of planning.
Yeah, I mean, that one was like a lot of planning. That one was, building out a full script, building out a full, mood board, a full treatment.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay,
it was
that's what I
like
want to
getting
talk to you
getting
about.
locations beforehand because we have to plot where this is going to be in this shot and how is this going to relate to.
Yeah, that and like some of the locations were crazy. Like the where you got the flowers, like
Mhm.
and how everything looked. I'm like, oh my god, what? Even like the planning of the plastic. Like, where do you order that? Like, everyone has so many questions. Are you like? There's so many questions about that.
Yeah, I mean, I just bought like a kit off Amazon. It was just like a bunch of just like a roll of plastic.
And then
And
you
then
like heated it up like to.
yeah, and then I bought this machine that so everything in the video is like hand wrapped and it took forever. But it's like this like press machine where you have to press it out and you have to cut off the remains and it took a long time and it was a lot of work, but I really enjoyed it. Like now I just want to wrap everything in plastic because it's just cool.
I kind of knew it was custom because like I was like, there's no way this guy wrapped that cigarette in that lighter like that. Like you can't find bags that small for that stuff. Like is that?
Dude, now that I think about it, the the origin of that whole video idea came from Fight Club. Cause I had just recently I don't to be honest, I don't watch a lot of movies. Everybody
That's
hates me. Everybody
yeah.
hates me for this.
I was gonna ask like who your favorite film directors are and stuff, but you're like,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah. Okay. Yeah,
um,
that's the best answer to be honest. I love that.
no, but I'm doing better. I'm beginning to watch a bit more. Yeah, the origin of that video idea came from a shot in Fight Club where it's near the end of the film when he is traveling around like spreading the info about like what he's about his plan to blow up the city. And he's in the hotel room when he thinks he, got rid of the other version of Tyler. And he picks up this Q-tip. And the Q-tip is individually wrapped in plastic. And it was just, it was a very random shot, but it worked in the script because it just goes against all his beliefs. Like he picks it up and he just looks at it. He's like, you just know he's thinking, this is bullshit. And, just based off that shot, I kind of just built the video around that sort of idea.
Dude, that's crazy interesting. Okay. Yeah, because I see a lot of people asking like, how did you come up with this? Or like what's the meaning behind this? And there's so many different, I guess, aspects. Like
Yeah, you'll never know. There will never be a linear way. I don't think anybody who creates anything will ever have what's the word? A routine for coming up with ideas.
yeah.
I'm sure there's somebody. I'm sure there's people, but it's like you never know. You never will
Yeah.
know. You'll never be ready for the next idea. But when it comes, when there's something, you have to bite on it pretty quick. It was like with that Q-tip idea, it's like I saw it. I don't think I even thought about it the next day, but then like one of the few days after I thought about it, and then I just started writing it down and I just started building up on it. I mean, it's simple. It's really simple. Like it's like that's how you come up with ideas. It is so easy. You come up with something, you come up with one point, and then you just branch out and just believe in yourself in the process.
1 point in a belief is crazy, but it
I
works.
really think it's that simple. I
Yeah.
really think it's that simple. Obviously, we're not considering, all the other aspects of creation, self-doubt, limitations,
Oh, yeah.
money, yada, yada. But I don't know. It's really just, it kind of just is believing in yourself. It's just believing that your vision is good enough.
Is that ego as well?
Yeah,
Yeah, a
for
little
sure.
bit of ego
For
to
sure.
it.
Like a few like when I first started, like when the videos were like first blowing up, I had a huge ego about them. I really thought I was the shit.
Yeah.
Like I really believed like, damn,
You're
like
the
this is
best.
so cool.
You're
Like
the
I'm
best to do it.
the
Yeah.
best to ever do it. And now that it's been a few years, since I started,
Yeah. I'm
I,
still the best.
no, I wish. No, I really wish. Cause that belief got me really far. That sort of ego created some of my best work, I think, still to this day. I still look back on a lot of my stuff and I'm like, I don't know if I can make that now.
That's
It's
crazy.
because
That's crazy to say.
I truly believe ignorance is bliss, especially with creation. It's something that I'm trying to face now is like, how do I gain more knowledge on this subject? How do I gain more experience with filmmaking while also maintaining this childlike curiosity with everything I do? Because, the more rules you learn, the more aspects, how to do a shot, the 180 rule, yada, yada, it kind of clouds your mind in the whole creation process. Where it's like, I wish it could just be like a blank slate, like it used to be.
That's so interesting. You think after you start refining your skills as a filmmaker, it kind of killed a little bit of creativity? Like you're talking about the 180 rule and all these kind of things, and you start following these things, and you're like, when you were just kind of free, you're like, I don't care. I'm just gonna shoot this.
There's actually there's a like a scientific study on this. It's called something, and there's like a threshold curve of it where it's like when you first start something, it's like you think your knowledge is up here, and then the more you learn, and then it's a gradual like decline where you realize, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing, and then from there you just have to just hope you learn and grow, learn and grow through time until you get back up to that spot. It's called something, but it's a real thing.
Yeah, because I feel like, I think about music too. Some of my favorite artists or like albums I listen to, their favorite albums of mine were the ones where it was their first album. You know what I mean?
Like Post Malone.
Yeah. Mac Miller was one of my
Yep.
faves.
Well, I mean, dude, all this stuff is
Good, but
yeah.
like there's like certain just creators in general. Obviously you have a couple of favorites. But it's like it's just because of that blind, like I'm just reaching. I'm the shit. I'm the best. Then you get into the industry, all these rules. Other people outside, I feel like brands and other people telling you you're not the shit. Like you're not number one on the charts. You're not doing this or whatever.
Yeah, influence. There's just, you really have to be careful who you surround yourself with. You have to really surround yourself with curious people that just say fuck it, let's do it, rather than people that are extremely analytical. We have to do it this way because of this. No, we don't have to. Let's just do it. That was with my short I think after my short film and with a lot of the creators, a lot of the other directors, in that film fest.
The 60 millimeter.
So a lot of the directors after, the short film came out, we all like kind of stopped for a few months. No one really made anything after. Because I think when we all did our films, we gained this new knowledge on what it really is that we're doing, what it really takes, I guess. And I think that all kind of got in our heads. We're like, wow, this is a lot. This is scary. I think it was really scary for a lot of us.
Scary in what way? Just because because I don't know the process that you guys had. It was like a lot of, obviously, people, demands, equipment that you guys didn't really know how to run. Just like it's expensive, the price, is it all that or like anything specific?
Yeah, it's just because I mean most of us work with a 1 to at most 3-person team with our stuff, and this was not that. It's a whole different game.
So for the crews that you guys had, you didn't get to hire your own crews, like you.
No, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I hired everybody myself. A lot of friends, a lot of connections I've gained. But it's when you have more than 3 people on a set, it turns into a whole different game.
Especially when when you do everything yourself, almost yourself.
Yeah.
Like you have an audio person now, you have this, you have like someone who's doing continuity. You're like, what the fuck? What am I doing continuity?
Yeah, and you got to buy food for people. I mean, you got to figure out how you're going to get this person there when they're not even on set that day. Who's going to take them to the airport this day?
Scheduling.
Like,
Yeah,
scheduling,
is
budget,
a whole
everything.
Yeah. Like where's the closest hospital someone gets thing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We filmed in the winter. It's like, where's the where could we warm up in the middle of shots? Whereas it's like The YouTube stuff, the short film stuff is just like friends.
Yeah.
It's just
And you
friends
guys
going
don't care
out.
if you don't eat for like, you're like, yo, we didn't eat for
Yeah.
16 hours. I'm like,
Let's go get
nah.
McDonald's after
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. No. I totally get it. But some people like thrive in that, like that getting bigger and doing that stuff. But I know it scared you or scared a lot of you guys. Did it scare you enough to like not want to do it, or are you like, no, I'm gonna go back and try it, keep trying?
No, it just taught me. It taught me a lot. It taught me too much, actually. Because we failed a lot on that set. We really did. I failed a lot. Way too much. A lot of mess ups on my behalf.
Oh, like detrimental mess ups where you're like, fuck, I'm sorry. Like you gotta apologize to the crew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a
Just
very
like,
humbling experience all the time.
yeah, it's but it taught me a lot. It taught me way too much, and I'm building back up to it. And I'm very much willing to do another bigger thing.
I feel like naturally you should, like, I think I see that's where kind of you're leading into, and I know you want to go into like the longer format stuff. But that's a great first experience. To be scared, like to just really feel that and like, man, okay, that's the most experience you're gonna get for doing it. And it's great that those guys did that. Like to give you guys that position to do it and to learn like that. No one else is doing that.
Yeah,
It's
it was
incredible.
super grateful. Like it was much needed. Dude, I was so stressed during it. I was so stressed before filming. I got sick. Like I had to go to urgent care because I had like a huge fever. And the doctor was like, "We don't know what it is."
What?
It was just because of stress.
You were
Which I'd
that
never experienced. Yeah.
That is crazy, actually. So did you guys have to halt on the production, or were you like, yo, just get me out
No,
of here. Let me just go shoot.
my one of the people that was on set gave me a bunch of, like electrolytes and a bunch of stuff he had to help. So I was just blasting a bunch of medication. And I woke up okay the next morning. So
Okay, so yeah, so man, we like knocked out a bunch of different stuff, but I did. I know people love seeing the breakdown stuff. I got a couple of stuff. I have the video queued up that you said is your favorite. We'll watch that first. So what about this makes it your favorite, or one of your favorites?
I think this was like the epitome of the childlike curiosity kind of thing. Cause I think that was the first thing I shot with. I just got the FX3
Yeah.
and, the base ISO so I could shoot, super, super low light. And like, I just got it. And I think it was like the next night there was supposed to be this giant blizzard. And it was the weekend. I was over at my friend's house. But the blizzard wasn't supposed to hit till like, I think it was like 3 or 4 in the morning. And I was like, guys, we're staying up all night. We're staying up all night until snow comes down. As soon as snow comes down, we're going. So it was me and my good friend, my good friend Jonah, who helps me on all the videos. He scores all the videos. Him and then like my 2 other friends that don't do filmmaking. And they were just like, yeah, let's just do it. And it was just the most beautiful blizzard. I was with my friends. We didn't have, this grand idea of how things would play out, but we were just like solely off the vibe and how things looked. And I had that song in mind. That song, Space 8 by Nahlas and Ever. It's my favorite song of all time. It's the most beautiful song I've ever heard. And I just had that playing on the speaker as we were driving around in this blizzard. And then, we finish shooting and we get back and the sun's already rising. And we stayed up all night just filming, going out in this blizzard, just with my friends. And it was just how it should be.
I 100% agree. That's like you can't get. Isn't it kind of tough? Like you can not that you can never catch that feel. Like this is a once in a lifetime. Like that this story behind this video is like you can't recreate it.
Dude, it's such a
And
vivid memory.
everything about it. Yeah.
I remember seeing the footage because it was my first FX3 shoot. I remember seeing the footage and just editing it right away. And I was like, "Oh, this is the best thing I've ever done. This is the best." And I was just so excited. It was just so exciting. It was just a great memory. It was just a lot of fun.
That's a great favorite video because there's so much behind it. And your friends too. Like, are they after they saw it? Were they like, "Yo, let's go out again
Yeah.
tomorrow, bro? Like, what are
No,
we
it
doing?"
was cold. It was cold. But no, it was just like it was fun. And I'm pretty sure we went to Dunkin' Donuts because like they just opened up after we
Got
finished
some hot
So
coffee,
we got
shots.
some we got some hot chocolate, we got some donuts.
Since we're talking about snow sequences, I want to just ask you about some of these other videos.
Oh
This
yeah.
sequence right here is like my favorite, bro. That whole sequence, when I watched it, I was like, yo, I have to watch it over and over again. There's just so many things about it that I loved. Even the words, like you talking about those people that felt forever. And this shot specifically. How many times do you shoot stuff like this? And how do you pick certain shots if you do shoot multiple? Because the way that you're moving your head down and getting this motion and the direction of the way the snow is falling and everything just felt perfect.
Yeah. I mean I had that in my mind when I was filming it.
Okay, so you had what in your mind? Like, what exactly was going through your mind?
Like, I mean, I think it's also just like a mix of on the spot stuff. Where it's like I was just gonna leave my head up like this. You know, I could have done that. But then I think I dropped my head and Jonah was behind the camera and he saw that. He's like, "Oh, do that again." And then I was thinking like, "Oh, when I drop my head, maybe in the motion of the snow." It's just like a small detail, you know, that you don't. Sometimes you just think about it, sometimes you don't. But
Dude, that's like my favorite. That whole thing was my favorite. The way that the head moved, everything about it. The snow was falling, like you taking it in and just like just taking it in for a second. Even those small moments that people don't understand, it's like when you act, sometimes it's, and I love this in a lot of your work, especially now with the dialogue, you use silence really well. Like there's a lot of looking and like it's not so much talking and like those moments and like moments like this, I think it's so super important to capture a feeling.
yeah, I think a lot of people forget sometimes that you know, like I was saying with the short form stuff, you know, you have to adapt, you have to make things quick, you have to attention spans, whatever. But you know, sometimes in order to catch the right moment and to make you feel so, you have to slow down every now and then. You have to really slow down, and most of the times the slow moments are the most meaningful. And I think that's true with a lot of my work, and I think I really try to emphasize that idea because I love peace and quiet. That's why I like the Midwest, because there's not a lot going on. And I think there's a lot of value in slowing down.
You see yourself as a Midwest guy for the rest of your life?
We'll see where I end up. I don't know.
I know you still got a lot of life left.
I
bro.
do.
So
Still young. That's what everybody tells me.
There's an edit here that I wanted to ask you about too. So that part, was this thought out before you actually did it? Or are you in editing and you're like, ooh,
Majority of this video was sketched out before shooting, which I don't really do a lot.
yeah.
which I don't really do a lot. I usually write it down, but this one I sketched out a lot of the ideas because I wanted it to be very, on beat. But yeah, I believe I had this one sketched out before. I think it was just gonna be 2 versions, just like
Just see on the sides.
just me and her in one layer. But then I just played with perspective and just added a bunch more.
Yeah, and there's something about it. Even the perception of the video, it's like, if you think about it, you guys are getting closer and closer together, like visually, but you're also getting further and further apart.
Yeah.
Like you're getting further from us, which is like a nice touch. And then in here, you actually use moments of like real audio in the background. I think it's like here. Or what is that? It sounds like a dog.
Well, that's
Or like chains on the, I don't know what it is.
well, that's just the song itself.
Oh, is it the actual song?
Yeah.
Like this whole thing is just a track? Oh.
Dude, it's probably like my second favorite song of all time.
We're picking the best ones. Oh,
Dude, I actually talked to the artist now. He's a super cool guy, super talented. He does a lot of like indie rock music, but then he has this track just like completely out of nowhere. It has like less than 10,000 plays. Please, like, people need to listen to this.
What's the artist's name? Gotta plug it in right now.
It's No Demo.
No Demo. All
And the
right.
title is The View from Up Here. It is my most listened to song from this year on Spotify. I'm pretty sure it's just like a voice memo recording of him playing this out of tune piano, probably at like his grandma's house, and there's background noise.
Okay, see, but I love that because the background noise adds such a crazy story or a crazy element to it. Because when I heard it, I'm like, man, that's such an interesting use of background. Like it's not perfect, but it's perfect. I don't know even know how to explain it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like it's an out of tune piano, but it sounds beautiful. Like how, like why is that? Why does that work? But it works so damn well.
Interesting how that works. So interesting. I'm noticing more and more as I'm the progression of you growing as a filmmaker. The use of locations now is big. The use of props are huge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't even know when it started. It was like, you're doing all these cool videos at night, it felt like, and, all the surreal stuff. How did that come about? Were you like, okay, just your ideas were getting bigger, so obviously production needs to get bigger? Or did you consciously was like, okay, the stories, now I'm writing in, obviously you're scripting and doing all this stuff and symbolism, everything kind of needs to match?
Yeah, I think it's just trying to grow more. I think it's just trying to build the world more. It's like I don't know, I'll be on Pinterest or something and I'll see a cool object or like, like old headphones like these. Like I picked these up because they look cool.
Dude, I love the whole 90s, 2000s, the cassette, was it not the laptop? Like all that stuff is so cool.
Yeah. I love to resent modern technology because I think it looks like shit. And I think a lot of the older vintage retro stuff just looks really cool, and it just
it's like more
feels,
character, no?
Yeah, it just feels very right.
Yeah.
So that's like I hope you'll never see an iPhone in one of my videos, because that will like it just wouldn't make sense, right? So it's just like it's again like the thing like building rules in my world.
Oh, the opening shot. We got to talk about the opening shot in this was amazing. So you had the idea, well, you started writing out the idea from Fight Club with the plastic and stuff like that. Why did you choose to make this the intro scene? Like, when this happened, were you just like, I know this is going to pop out, like, this is going to be a crazy visual?
I don't know. I just love this room. This is like the best room ever.
Yeah.
But no, I set up the lighting, and I think I was just outside the door, and I looked in. I was like, Wait a second.
Yeah.
Because
Look at this
you know,
here.
you have the light rays spilling on the door right there.
Yeah,
And
so
then
this isn't like a grid or nothing. Like this is just exactly how it was being lit. Like
yeah.
the blinds. Oh wow.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm giving away the secrets. But who's gonna
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, how I light this scene, I just put a light outside this window, just a super bright you know, what's the name of it? Like
What
a
was it
sort
like
of
that?
floodlight.
Yeah, like an Amran
Yeah.
3, like one of those.
It's usually an aperture light storm. I don't remember the
Mm-hmm.
number, but it's one of those. And I just blast it through the window on a giant C stand. And then it just lights the room perfectly. And then
Dang.
dude, something that I focus, if you skip through a lot of the video,
Mm-hmm.
I went very deep into color theory on this. Like if you just look through the colors, I stuck with a lot of the primary colors on this. You
Yeah,
know,
like even here, red, blue, yellow.
red, yellow, and blue. You know, I purposely wore the red shirt. If you look at the, you know, a blue lighter with the orange cigarette, because those are complementary colors.
Yeah.
Every object in this was very intentional with its color. You know, even if you go back to the bedroom shot, it's a blue blanket on the bed,
Mm.
which blue and yellow, they're complementary colors.
Yeah.
So it just
And
works.
was the room naturally yellow, or did you paint that where you like?
No, room's naturally yellow.
Oh, okay, that works then.
Yeah, it's very jarring in a way. And
Blue.
I think
That's interesting.
it's a very subconscious thing that people don't, I think people won't like identify it right away unless you like understand, oh, he's trying to develop color theory in his film. Or it's like just a very subconscious thing where it's just like it feels right. These colors match. Like, you know, we have the green and the red, the blue, the yellow.
Yeah, wardrobe is a whole other thing too. Because like when I was in school and they're talking about it, they're talking about you have to get into the psychology of the character. Like why is this why because like for us, even just as people, we probably gravitate towards the same outfits, you know, the same kind of style. So for these characters in these films, you kind of have to think why are you wearing this because you're gonna go see your mom? Like, is this her favorite shirt? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, this location is crazy to me. Where is this? What is
So,
this?
the building is real. The building itself is real. It's just this abandoned building in my town. Yeah, it's weird.
Just in your town, like you just have these
Yeah.
like just all out of nowhere that you
Yeah.
always drive by. That is,
Yeah. It's
did you need a permit for this, or were you like, no, let's just get in there? Yeah. We don't do that. Yeah.
Let me tell you
I love that.
the great thing about filming in the Midwest, because you'll see it in my next video I'm about to put out. People are very excited to let you film because you know I'm not in LA.
Really?
I'm not in LA where people are just getting, you know, slammed. Let me film here. Let me film here.
Yeah.
Nobody gets asked to film here. Like a location I use a lot is the mall. We are now like really good friends with the manager of the mall. Because people are just excited, you know, nothing exciting happens here. So if people get the chance to, you know, welcome something bigger, they'll be like, please, like, go ahead.
That's so dope. That's so dope.
So it's just like people are excited for something like this. But this is right off the main road. The whole background is fake. The only real thing in this is the building and me. And
So all of this over here is like,
I had to cut out a bunch of trees, just a bunch of Photoshop work. You can kind of tell that it's kind of meshed together, but
I love how you even added the blur though on this side for the distance. You know,
it was tough. There's so many layers.
That's crazy. Yo, there's one shot here specifically. This shot right here. How perfect. Were you waiting for the sun to just be at this angle?
This took like 20 takes. I can't lie.
Dude, I can appreciate it because when I was watching it, I'm thinking, these guys got lucky or these guys were here for a while because this is wild.
No, it took me so many tries to land in that spot to silhouette with the sun each time.
Yeah, dude, that's good.
It was such a pain, but it came out really well.
I appreciate it. That's dope. Yeah, now the color. Now that you're talking about the color palette, it's like even
Yeah,
like
like
the red here.
in this one,
Oh,
you know, it's like it's mom's house, so it's supposed to feel very comforting.
yeah.
Which I don't know how something like that could be comforting, but yeah, like it's mom's house and it's also sunset, like sort of golden hour.
Yeah.
So I wanted to dramatize that orange feeling. Yeah, like if you another thing on color theory, if you go back to where the plate first comes out, look at the plate, look at the colors on the plate. Look at the flowers. We have all the primary colors.
That's crazy. Cause you guys probably had a mood board or like visuals, and you guys were
Yeah,
looking for all these props.
I made a mood board on it, and on each scene, I put all the colors that need to be represented in each shot.
So is this world like the world in every one of the videos? Are you connecting the videos?
I don't know. I think it's almost subjective how you could see it, but it's just like it's my mind. Selfishly, this is, I don't know. It's my mind. It's the way I see things for some reason, and it just like I like making shots that sort of tickle my brain a little bit, and like hopefully tickle your brain. That's
For
the
sure.
goal. I want to tickle your brain.
That's gonna be that's gonna be the thumbnail of this video. Shy Guy wants to tickle your brain.
How Shy Guy tickles your brain. I think one of my favorites is it's right where I need to be.
What makes this one of your favorites as we're watching this?
I think it was kind of like running off of a high, just like that same curiosity I've been talking about. Like I just came up with the script and I was like, let's just see what happens. Let's make this look really sick.
Yeah.
And it was in the summer, and we just started working with this guy that owns a lot of real estate in the town. We call him Bruce Wayne. Just this super cool guy, and he has, you know, amazing locations like this. And
that he just owns is just like properties.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I might flip it maybe or whatever.
yeah,
What
like,
the
this is like a massive, I think it's like a 4-story industrial building.
bro? What?
And he just sees the vision and super cool and lets us play around in there.
Okay, that's insane. Wait, first of all, how many people are in your town?
We're like 20,000.
That's wild. That's actually crazy if you think about that compared to your followers. Like, you have a couple towns, bro.
Yeah. It's very interesting. But yeah, this is in the mall.
Yeah.
This one was just a lot of fun. And there's a lot of emphasis on just like really cool looking shots. It was a fun little script to write about, you know, just some philosophical shit. Like, what are we supposed to be doing? You know, just a young, low midlife crisis kind of idea on where I'm at, where I should be heading. And then, dude, that final shot on fire at the windmill.
Oh,
Should be around there.
oh, this shot too was great. This one was sick.
We're in the back of my friend's car. I think Jonah was on the gimbal, and he's just driving off. We have a light in the car blasting too. Like this one, there's 2 lights set up. There's one pointing at me behind the door.
Yeah, because you could see like on your face, obviously.
You can kind of see the ray behind the door a little bit.
Yeah. Ugh.
It was just super experimental, and it was just like, this is kind of the shot I want to get, and then we'll figure it out once we get there. And we did, and they all turned out really well. Like, dude, this one, like we knew this windmill location, and we get out there, and we're like, it's about a storm. It's about a storm really bad. But then we look off in the distance and look at those clouds. It's just like these super intense, dark, deep
Yeah.
blues. And it just worked. It's just like everything kind of aligned on this one.
That's
And
gotta be
then,
one of like my favorite shots too. Just the you, just before this, when you're just looking at, like, what a great thumbnail you
dude,
chose.
and this isn't like on a highway. Like there's cars flying past, and we have to move. We have to move this fake door in and out on the side. Like
Dude, this
so,
shit.
like when there's a gap of cars, we're like, go, 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 let's run it, let's run it. And then Kane Pixels did the VFX for this as well.
Oh, I want to ask you before this. Sorry. Were you guys using a bounce to emulate this fire right here on the face?
It
Like a
was.
gold bounce or
I'm
what?
pretty sure it was just the aperture light storm with like a fire effect.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, dude. This. Look at the shot. It's so wild, man.
Yeah, dude, and it was just fun to film. It was summer. It was beautiful weather. We were just curious and we were just playing around and it worked out great.
Any other like videos that like, off the top of your head you're like, or things that you want to watch, talk about, break down?
Oh, the most recent one on TikTok?
So like, it's great. You know how we're talking about the YouTube comments, like your YouTube comments. This is on TikTok, and like you're getting.
Yeah. Well, this one
This is a
was
really good
good
one.
because because of this fact. Like cuz it was the caption was like kind of a big journal
Yeah.
entry on how I feel about creating art in the digital age and the main form of the main people I show my art to is random people on the internet and how it's kind of weird and like my job is to chase relevancy. Like the fate of my career is not in my hands. It's in the hands of how people perceive my work. And it's a very strange feeling where it's like I almost don't have control. Like it's like at times I really wish it wasn't that way. But at the same time, I'm also extremely blessed because it is that way. So it's this constant push and pull of like, how do I really feel about what I'm doing?
Do you come to that, I guess, that crossroad a lot? Because I feel like sometimes when you shoot stuff and you're just in it, you don't really think about it, and then sometimes you're like, damn, like I like this is I'm in a, I don't know what to do. What am I leaning towards?
Yeah, that's why like you can't. That's why you probably shouldn't procrastinate because I've realized those thoughts only come when I'm not working on something and when I'm not practicing my craft. Because it's like I think the reality behind what I do is very fragile. It's extremely fragile. It's all like none of it's real in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like the work I make is just numbers in a machine. So I have to like keep creating things and keep physically going out there and shooting stuff to get rid of that thought. Because it's in the creation process that those thoughts go away.
How do you feel about like experiencing life outside of the creation process?
It's huge. It is
Right?
massive. You have to some some of the I don't know. I love having interesting talks with very interesting people that don't get like my good friend, his uncle. His uncle he has the most wild stories. Like he was one of those guys when he was younger. He has a story about how he was gonna go on this family vacation, but he forgot his passport or something. So then he got left behind. So then for some reason, you could go to like South America without a passport at the time. I don't know. So he just went. And he was telling me about his stories and like the people he met on this like last minute journey. And it's just incredibly inspiring. I love
Yeah.
car rides. Car rides are the best thing.
Dude, long road trips are my all-time. Yo, me and my boys, we like 2019, we decided we want to go do a like 12-hour hike in Nashville. Driving. Best conversations ever.
Dude,
Ever.
best conversations, best like it's just
Listening to music, just like in your own thoughts.
yeah, it's just an infinite source of creation. You have to go
Yeah.
out and live your life, do stupid things. You know, I think I fall into that a lot where it's like I get a little anxious about doing something out of my shell or something that I wouldn't normally do, but then I remind myself like, oh, this is what it takes to come up with great stories. This is what it takes to come up with great ideas. So it's like I think I need to do more stupid things.
One last one. Okay. First of all, shout out to Nolan. That shit, that was
For real.
right. How did you like this part? Is one question. What the
This one
fuck?
was fun. My friend has a drone, so a lot of the drone shots I get, he's a gear goblin, and he has a lot of gear. He has one of the new DJI drones. I think it's the Mavic 4, and it has a built-in light on the bottom of it. So this shot is being lit up by a drone.
That is okay. I
And
was
the
just talking. Oh man, that's crazy.
dude, and the light on it is super strong.
Dude, this is like the strong. I was like,
Yeah.
this is the strongest light. It's an actual spotlight.
And it's just like a little light on the bottom of the drone. And just like as I was running, he was following above me.
Yeah, because I was like, this is I'm like, because in my head, I'm looking at the shadows. I'm like, the light has to be following this guy. I'm like, but how is this? How? Like, I'm like, is someone running with it? I'm like, there's no way, bro. Like on a pole? No.
Yeah, and
So
then
it's
we
a drone?
have
Okay.
camera on a gimbal, and we have my friend Andrew running
Jeez.
horizontal with me, trying to track me in this little ditch that he's running in. Yeah, and then there's
And the
a lot
drone
of
too. The drone has to go at that speed too, because it's like going slow and then like,
yeah,
if it goes too ahead of you, that shadow kind of drifts back.
yeah. There's a lot of coordination with it.
I guess one last question to end this whole thing off. In that video with Simon that you guys did, there's something that you said at the very end, like what you would say to yourself. For this year, you were talking to this 2025 because you did 2024.
Damn.
And you said, I hope you have a clear vision of what you want. I hope you did something really uncomfortable, but it ended up working out well. Did it work out well?
Wow, dude, I forgot about that. That's crazy. Yeah, I think I did a lot of uncomfortable things. And I think a lot of them didn't turn out well. I know that's not what I should be saying. I think, like, for the short film, I don't inherently love the short film. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think it's my best work. I think I could have done a lot better. It didn't work out well, but I'm so extremely glad that I did it. I'm almost even more glad that it didn't work out well, because that's what it takes to grow. So it is a sense of discomfort that does take to grow. You'll see it in the new video.
Nice. Nice.
Wow, dude, that's a crazy pull. Wow, thanks for bringing that up.
And I guess to end it off, what do you have to say to next year, you?
Yeah, because in that one I said I hope you have a clear vision on what you want.
Yeah, and I hope you did something really uncomfortable, but it ended up working out well. What is 2025? Got to say to 2026.
Dude, I hope in 2026 I can finally figure out what it is that I want. Because I didn't figure that one out this year. But I think the truth is I probably will never like truly figure that out. So I think for 2026 I want to embrace that fact and really just go all out in trying to figure it out by just doing whatever it is it takes.